I'm back.
In the land of the tyrant, where the sun never sets, we march to the beat of oppression's drums. With a powerful
Michael Moore fucked me up. Michael Moore struck my ass. I got YouTube struck by Michael Moore, fucking old fuck. Let's watch the Cuba part from Hasan's angle.
There's no mentality of like
Hasan
helping one another.
Hasan can do anything. He can fucking cover anything. He perfectly does it, and he doesn't get in trouble.
Yeah, we're all short-term profit oriented.
Hand to anyone in their hour of need.
I deliver meals to them, but my life has been so blessed.
People, of course, say, well, fuck them. I want more money then. I want more of the money that I made in return. And it's ironic because socialists advocate for you to have higher take-home pay. They just want to take it from the profits that you generate for your bosses. Austerity is a tried and true way to cut inflation and bring back some private investment, especially when your currency is not the U.S. dollar, but a couple points higher inflation. Cutting necessary is better than cutting necessary service to pursue austerity measures. What is austerity? Always mention it. It's belt tightening. It's cutting funds.
Yeah, it's like cutting budgets and shit.
For his illness.
They just deny it for any reason. It's just a terrible waiting game. I really feel like they're waiting for you to die. It's terrible. I never thought that we would do this in the United States.
William Marr is a volunteer member of New Jersey's fire service. He spent 2 months working near the pile at Ground Zero, recovering bodies or body parts, and it deeply affected him.
I'm experiencing a lot.
Yeah, I was like ranting off about fucking 9/11 victims before the stream got struck. Like, bro, these people were 9/11. They helped out. They got cancer. They got fucking cancer from breathing all the 9/11 dust. And then our government didn't want to pay for their medical bills. And then when we finally paid for their medical bill, this is what pissed me off. I was like ranting. I was going crazy. We used Afghanistan's money to pay for the fucking victims of 9/11. Our country is the most dumb fuck, retarded, piece of shit, evil country in the whole world. We're literally the empire. We're like not too far from Russia and China in like meanness, you know?
A lot of disturbing dreams or whatever you'd like to call them, and it affected what I was doing at night, and unaware.
Oh, and by the way, thanks to our most recent subscriber, we love you, subs.
I want to have fun, classic Rick and Morty adventures like in the old days.
Then we'll get along fine, Fascist Morty. For starters, I just need to get to Forbodulon Prime.
You will go where I want you to go!
Thank you, God. What's his name? Goddoc 11. Thank you, Goddoc 11. You're so awesome. Thanks for subscribing, buddy. And in your honor, I added on to the Donald Trump Hitler picture. See, so we have a little mustache, and then I added a little like booger, like a little booger near his nose. So every subscriber I get, I will add more stuff to this beautiful Donald Trump picture that I drew in 2017. I drew this in 2017 before he got elected. Not because I supported him. It was more of a meme, and the meme became true, so it's sad. It's depressing. The most haunting picture in the world, and every subscriber I get, I will draw on that shit. So thank you so much, GodDoc11. We love you, man.
Aware of it because I was asleep and I was kept grinding and grinding. The teeth, the upper fronts are damaged practically beyond repair because of my constant grinding over the last 3 years. I've been before Workers' Comp Board already for the 9/11 Volunteers Fund, and I've been denied 3 times, and hopefully I will go on my 4th appeal soon if I can get the necessary documentation.
Of course, there was a $50 million fund set up, supposedly to help rescue workers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Governor of New York, George Pataki.
But the government, like the health insurance companies, made it very difficult for people to receive help.
You have to have spent a certain amount of time here at Ground Zero. You have to be able to establish that. You do have to file an affidavit within the next year relating your work experiences at Ground Zero. And then even with all of that, it's not automatic. There is a presumption when certain illnesses occur, but that presumption can be rebutted by other medical evidence. So we think it is a very fair approach that protects our heroes.
sorry.
Reggie Cervantes was a volunteer emergency medical technician on 9/11.
Nothing makes it go away sometimes. Not water, not cough medicine, not anything. It's burning in my throat and irritated, and it just gets me to coughing. Or sometimes I have trouble breathing because I can't catch my breath.
Reggie spent her days at Ground Zero, carrying bodies and treating other rescue workers.
My airway was totally burned that first week. I had trouble breathing by then. But we wanted to see if we could dig anybody up alive. We wanted to see if we had lost anybody, if we were still missing somebody. I wanted to help. I was trained for this. You know, you see somebody who's in need, you help them.
Reggie had difficulty getting treatment. Too sick to work, and with no income, she was forced to quit her job and used her savings to move her and her kids out of the city.
It's hard to figure out how you're supposed to get help. We're trying to go about it the right way, but we're ignored.
But not everyone after 9/11 was ignored by the government.
We're now approaching the 5-year anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. So I'm announcing today that Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, Abu Zubaydah, Ramzi bin al-Shibh, and 11 other terrorists in CIA custody have been transferred to the United States Naval Base at Guantanamo Bay.
That's right.
On that island today are some of the world's...
Fucking bullshit. Remember, I've said this a few times, like, yes, there's bad people there in Guantanamo Bay, but a lot of people that are innocent also get sent there accidentally. America, during the Afghanistan and during a lot of these wars in the Middle East, my God, this fucking camera, dude, is pissing me off. Yeah, so like in a lot of these wars in the Middle East, we would just ask like warlords for potential terrorists and shit, and these warlords would just hand over like innocent people. Sometimes they were just people they didn't like, that the warlords didn't like, shit like that. And so basically, a lot of times like innocent people were sent to Guantanamo Bay, and a lot of times they die, and they're also like still fighting extradition out of there. They're still trying to get out because they've been sent there like elite, like literally for no reason. Like they're literally not bad people. It's fucked up. So yeah, America just goes up to any warlord in the Middle East, say, "Hey man, you got any terrorists? Got any terrorists? We don't like terrorists. You know, you got any people we don't like, man?" And then these fucking stupid ass warlords will scramble around. They'll fucking, you know, they'll look around real quick. Oh, gotta find terrorists for America. And then like they'll just hand over like fucking Bob from down the street, who was like a surgeon or an educator and didn't like that like the fucking warlord was a Islamic fucking fundamentalist or something. You know what I mean? Like America is so fucking stupid.
Most hardened enemy combatants.
These detainees are deadly and include the 20th hijacker, as well as a number of Osama bin Laden's personal bodyguards and others who had a direct role in the September 11th.
I mean, we funded Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden was the son of a wealthy fucking oil tycoon in the Middle East, in Afghanistan. During the Soviets, when the Soviets were trying to attack and invade Afghanistan, we funded the Mujahideen. We gave them weapons and stuff. The Mujahideen eventually they split up into a bunch of different terrorist groups, and then they started blowing us up. They attacked us, and they did 9/11. So we literally funded 9/11. We always do. We did all this shit on ourselves. We always do it on ourselves, and that's what Hasan meant by when he said that America deserved 9/11. I kind of think it's a little true.
11 attacks.
That's like saying like the Empire deserved the Death Star exploding. It's like, yeah, that was a terrorist thing. That was very bad. A lot of people died, but like, fuck the Empire. You know what I mean? Fuck the Empire. Fuck the Empire.
Kind of people held at Guantanamo include terrorist trainers, bomb makers.
Many of them have American blood on their hands, and they are certainly the elite of Al-Qaeda.
It seems to me we have an obligation.
They're the elite of Al-Qaeda. They're the elite of Al-Qaeda, brother.
To treat these individuals as enemy combatants.
Yes, Bush.
And then I learned it wasn't all bad news at Gitmo.
The Bush administration is still pound for pound worse than Trump, but who knows what the second Trump administration what kind of fantastic new opportunities the second Trump administration has. You know what I mean?
detainees representing a threat to our national security are given access to top-notch medical facilities.
They have acute care 24 hours a day in which surgical procedures, everything can be performed right there in the detainee camps.
This is the dental clinic or the health clinic / dental clinic.
We have a physical therapy department. We have x-ray capabilities with digital x-rays. We have one single operating room.
The health personnel to detainee ratio is 1 to 4, remarkably high.
They do sick call on the blocks 3 times per week, care for them there if they can, or bring that.
This is fucking music, bro. This music. That music's gonna get me in trouble.
Detainee back to the clinic to be seen there.
Screening for cancer has taken place there. Colonoscopy is a procedure which is performed there on a routine basis.
Music in the background.
High cholesterol. Music. Weight and nutrition of the detainees.
Music. Listen to that music.
So that we can track those detainees to make sure we're seeing them frequently, monitoring their labs and their overall health.
Their medical attention, they get way better medical treatment than I've ever had.
Yeah, they literally force feed them in those facilities when they go on hunger strike. Top-notch medical care, baby.
So you think it's as good as most HMOs in the U.S.?
Certainly very similar and as good, sir.
I leave with an impression that healthcare there is clearly better than they received at home and as good as many people receive in the United States of America.
Wow. So there was actually one place on American soil that had free universal health care.
No,
That's all I needed to know.
Yeah.
I went down to Miami, Florida, got myself a boat,
Hey!
and loaded up Bill and Reggie and John.
My man is doing my man's pulling the whole the Cuban Revolution style. He's gonna go on Cuba on a yacht.
Chuck, welcome, sir.
You guys gotta remember, one of the boats that the Cuban Revolution was used to start it on was a yacht called the Grandma. They used this fucking yacht, yo. The rebels literally attacked in this yacht called the Grandma. I kind of want that yacht now. I want to find that yacht. Where's the yacht at? Where is the yacht? Where is the yacht at? The Grandma. That's cool, bro. That ain't it. That ain't it. This is next.
And anyone else I could find who needed to see a doctor and couldn't afford one. So many people showed up, I had to get a couple extra boats. And I called up Donna Smith from Denver, who was now on 9 different medications, and asked her if she'd like to come along. I figured she'd like to
music.
My man did a reverse humanitarian flotilla in
Which way to Guantanamo Bay? Can we go? We're not going to Cuba.
Damn.
We're going to America. It's American soil.
Look at that. Cuba, baby.
Hey, Cuba.
You made it. There it is. There's the runway. That's the prison.
Yeah, they weren't like embargoed because they're Americans. Like Americans that go to Cuba, there's no embargo against Americans going there. There's only an embargo against like furs and other things and food and good items.
There where the detainees are.
But Americans basically own Cuba. Like we can go there on our own. We can just we can literally just float to Cuba. We can literally float our asses to Cuba right now if we wanted to. I don't know what the hell's going on with the internet, but it's fucking annoying and it's pissing me off. That's why my camera keeps going out. It's like internet. The internet's spiking. It spikes up, spikes down. It's so weird.
Close.
I mean, it is rainy. There is a big rainstorm right now.
We're very close. Wow.
Welcome. The white building is the hospital.
So they're in Cuba right now, guys. They're literally in Cuba. It's insane.
Okay, let's go. We commandeered a fishing boat and sailed into Guantanamo Bay. As we approached the line in the water between the American and Cuban side of the bay,
oh shit,
we were told to be careful for mines.
Permission to enter. I have 3 9/11 rescue workers. They need some medical attention. These are 9/11 rescue workers. They just want some medical attention. The same kind that Al-Qaeda is getting. They don't want any more than you're giving the evildoers. Just the same. Hello?
No one in the guard tower was responding, and then suddenly we heard a siren, and we figured it was time to get out of here.
They're like...
But what was I supposed to do with all these sick people and no one to help them? I mean, here we were.
Ay, no, está en Cuba. Ay, 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 pobrecito. Se va a morir. Se va a morir. Michael Moore is literally in Cuba right now. That's crazy. He boated his way to fucking Cuba. That's insane. Think about that. Can you boat your way to Cuba? I don't think so. I don't think so. You can't boat your ass to Cuba. You're too weak. Or you can't boat your ass from Cuba to America without the guards catching you. Alright. Internet is back.
In some godforsaken third world country.
Godforsaken
communists
third world.
no less.
Communists
When I
no
was a
less.
kid, these people wanted to kill us. What was I supposed to do?
Gross.
On the way to Cuba, where all is happy.
I want to go so bad.
Cuba.
Hey, that's so lit. This shitty ass camera. Oh my god. Shitty ass internet, bro. The fuck?
Communists no
Continue.
less. When I was a kid, these people wanted to kill us. What was I supposed to do?
That little kid wants to kill you, bro.
When I was a kid,
That little kid wants to fucking murder you? That's how Americans literally think. Americans are so fucking dumb. They fall for every stupid ass, like, oh my god, they fall for the dumbest, like, propaganda in the entire fucking universe. They're so stupid. So stupid. They think that all Cubans want to murder them and shit. That is literally how they think. They think communism's evil. All Cubans want to murder them. They're all evil. It's like these people are like low IQ ass. They think with their balls. They don't have no brain. They think with their dick. They're just like, oh, they're all evil. Oh, they're like cave. They're literally Patrick Star. They're literally the Patrick Star meme. They're like, oh, you bad. You bad. You Cuba. You communist. Communist bad.
these people wanted to kill us. What was I supposed to do?
I'm on the way to Cuba, where all is happy.
I want to go so bad.
Cuba,
Hey, 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 hey,
We're looking for a doctor. Is there a doctor here in Cuba? Any doctor?
¿Dónde está el doctor? I need a doctor. Necesito un doctor. Communists have no doctors though. Communism means no doctor. No doctor at all. No doctor anywhere. No, communism means no food. Communism means no doctor. Communism means no house. You don't even get a house. You get nothing. That's literally what communism means. Literally.
En la esquina vive un doctor particular. Aquí está el hospital. Aquí está la farmacia.
All in this one block?
Todo, sí. Normalmente en
He said we got a doctor over here. We got a fucking pharmacy over here. We got the drugstore over there. We got the grocery over here. And then Michael Moore was like, all of that near each other?
wonderful trip.
Excuse me. We're looking for a doctor. Is there a doctor here in Cuba? Any doctor?
Oye, hay un doctor allá.
Vive un doctor particular. Aquí está el hospital. Aquí está la farmacia.
All in this one block?
Todo, sí. Normalmente en la mayoría de las cuadras es así, farmacia, hay un hospital cerca.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, I know what you're thinking.
Nasty communists getting fucking healthcare and stuff. Everything's built near each other. 15-minute roads, bro. 15-minute cities. 15-minute cities.
Cuba is where Lucifer lives, the worst place on earth. The most evil nation ever created. How do we know that? Because that's what we...
Fidel Castro, bro.
Saying Castro, dude.
Fidel. Emmanuel. Jose. Escalante. Emiliano. Castro.
De Jesús.
Clemenzo. Santa Maria.
Santa Maria, Nina.
Santa Paulo.
Santa Paulo.
Yeah, bro. Fidel Castro, bro.
Saying Castro,
Fidel.
dude.
Fidel
Fidel.
Castro.
Been told for over 45 years.
That a series of offensive missile sites can be none other than to provide a nuclear strike capability against the Western Hemisphere.
I'm not going to
Whoa!
yield until Fidel Castro allows freedom on the island.
It's not like America put nuclear Jupiter missiles in Turkey, right next to the Soviet Union. It's not like that's what started the whole Cuba crisis. It was Cuba on their own being, we hate America! That just putting missiles in the area. It's like, get the fuck out of here, America. America's the biggest bitch. Always provoking every country, and then when the countries do shit back, they're like, oh no. They're like Karens about it. They're literally Karens. It's insane. America's a big Karen.
That's it. See? You can count on it. Put it in the bank.
It seems that what really bugged us about Castro was that he overthrew the dictator that we liked and replaced him with a guy we didn't himself. And so now, after all these years,
And he was hot as fuck.
He was hot as fuck, bro.
Generational haters. Oh yeah.
one thing is clear: the Cuban people have free, universal health care. They've become known around the world as having not only one of the best healthcare systems, but as being one of the most generous countries in providing doctors and medical equipment to third world countries.
Bro, I love blowing Cuba. I love Cuba. Like, I love talking about it. I love sucking it off. I love promoting it everywhere. I love telling people how cool. Cuba's awesome, bro.
In the U.S., healthcare costs run nearly $7,000 per person. But in Cuba, they spend only $251.
What?
And yet the Cubans are able to have a lower infant mortality rate than the United States, a longer average lifespan than the United States.
Yep, higher life expectancy still to this day.
Oh, my ears!
Gross.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
Look away. He sold me on.
Oh. This audio. What the fuck is going on with the audio, my guy? Holy shit.
Care company. One private healthcare insurance provider in the United States of America has generated 5 times the revenue as the gross domestic product of the entire island nation of Cuba. Okay?
Yeah, Cuba.
Oh my God. It is damn near $500 billion. United Healthcare. Just one.
Hasan, represent the niche. Hasan, represent the niche. Representing Cuba.
Company. I want to repeat this. One company alone.
$20 in the U.S.
Yes. ¿Cuánto cuesta ese? 3.20.
$3.20.
Also, just a random aside, but yeah, today RFK Jr. asked the FDA to revoke the polio vaccine.
So how much is that in American dollars?
It's like 5 cents.
5 cents?
Yeah, more or less. Hay una doctora, te voy a dar el nombre. Y usted, aunque sea, entiende por qué. Sí. Voy al médico. Sí, ve ahí. Ve ahí.
Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
$120 is a lot of money when you're getting $1,000 in Social Security disability and you need 1 or 2 a month. 5 cents here? It's like the biggest insult. It just doesn't make any sense.
Bro, 5 cents for an inhaler. And in America, it's like 200 something probably.
Any sense. I want to fill a suitcase up and go back home with it.
I took my group of sick Americans to a hospital to see if they could get some care. They didn't ask for money or an insurance card,
Regina Cervantes.
just their name and date of birth.
Febrero 22.
That was the entire intake session.
Nos sentimos muy agradecidos de recibirlos hoy en el día y al igual que hacemos con todos los pacientes, brindaremos una atención médica de la más alta calidad. Si logramos que se sientan bien atendido y que mejore su problema de salud, realmente cumpliremos con nuestro objetivo.
I want this to be my doctor. I want this guy to be my doc. Yo quiero este doctor aquí mismo.
Thank you very much for doing this.
I don't get it. Do these doctors not understand that like it's fucked up that they're not getting paid enough, and also simultaneously they're living in the communist socialist shithole of Cuba? I don't get it. I don't understand.
For real.
Where's the profit incentive?
These doctors are being ripped off. They don't even know it. They don't even fucking know it. They're being ripped off. Poor doctors. Poor Cuban doctors. They don't even know it, and they're being and they don't even know it. And that's what's going on over there, man. They're being fucking killed, slaughtered. They're being sucked out of their life form. It's terrible. And they don't even know it. And it's my phone. I'm using my shitty ass phone, by the way. That I dropped a million times. And that's probably why it's not working too well.
What about the profit margins? How does this work? Wait, certainly though. Certainly. There can't be any innovative medical products in Cuba, right? Certainly. Because obviously I've been told my whole life that without incentives, financial incentives,
Cuba's a shithole. You can't.
There is no real incentive to innovate medically, right? There's no, like, I don't know, vaccine for lung cancer, for example.
Yep.
Like, there's no way.
There is.
If someone were to tell me, what is this Wikipedia page? SEMA-Vax EGF is a vaccine used to treat cancer, specifically non-small cell lung carcinoma. It's composed of recombinant human epidermal growth factor conjugated as a protein
there
carrier.
is. Cuba has fucking cancer vaccines that America doesn't. How did they do it? How? I wonder how they fucking did it.
It was developed
Jesus
by
Christ.
the Center of Molecular Immunology and... What? Are you telling me that in spite of the fact that they don't have a profit incentive, that they were able to... What's next? Since 2011, they've had a lung cancer vaccine? Well, America has issues with lung cancer. I'm sure that it's readily available in the United States of America, right? Right? Wait, the United States embargo against Cuba forbids U.S. citizens from seeking medical treatment in Cuba. However, some cancer patients in the U.S. have defied the embargo and traveled to Cuba to get treatment for Simivac. No. You mean to tell me that Cuba, in spite of the profit incentive, was able to... Wait, it's against the law to seek out this lung cancer vaccine? I'm sure
that's fucking stupid, dude.
Incredibly costly, right? I wonder if this article will mention how expensive it is. It's probably like $1 million, right? Like, I assume. Like, it's gotta be super expensive. It costs approximately $1 per shot to manufacture. You know, I'd rather die of lung cancer than get this goddamn socialist medication, okay? That's what I say. It's given by nurse practitioners, so it doesn't even count. China now has a diabetes vaccine / cure. I wonder if there's some kind of correlation. I thought that they were also doing... you might as well die a true American than fucking go to Cuba.
Yeah, yo, for real.
I asked them to give us the same...
The more and more I learn, the more I realize how trash Americans have it, dude.
...exact care they give their fellow Cuban citizens. No more, no...
Rather than profit incentive, the reason in the U.S. because drug development is super costly, so companies need to... Oh, no way. Dude, companies need to offset the risk? That's so crazy.
Drug development is not fucking costly. Most drugs are developed through universities and like science, you know what I mean? Science fucking discovers this stuff, and then then these fucking companies come in and buy up the rights and the patents to these medications, and then they jack up the prices.
Drug development is famously not costly anywhere else. Why didn't I think of that? Dude, why didn't I think of that? It's not actually the profit motive. It's the thing that we're saying is not the profit motive as a substitute for the profit motive, even though it is the profit motive. It's those pesky regulations. It's just crazy because it's still publicly funded research that these guys get the patents from. But, you know, a lot of the novel chemical compound discovery actually happens in the publicly funded research side. But I guess there's got to be some reason for why there's so much R&D spending happening in the pharmaceutical industry outside of the publicly funded labs. Oh, that's right. They're doing research and development to develop new ways to juggle patents to ensure that they continue sitting on patents, extending it by 7 years, year over year, to ensure that there's no generics. And oftentimes when there's alternative cures that are discovered in the process of R&D, if it is at the end of the lifeline of said patent, oftentimes companies will just toss aside that research, because the reality of the matter is that drug will no longer be maintained because there's generic alternatives that can be sold at much cheaper, and therefore the profits have completely the profit motive has been eliminated, which is of course anti-innovation. Famously, that's why when the guy who invented insulin was like, I'm gonna make as much money as I possibly can off of this drug. That's what he said. I remember.
He didn't say that,
right? The guy who was
Did he
like,
say that?
I hope that everyone makes a lot of money off of this invention. I am going to sell it. I'm going to sell this patent for what? Wait a minute.
For $0.
Some chatters are telling me that he sold the patent for $1. What? $1? Wait a minute. What a dumbass. Does he not know? What a dumb fuck. Okay, I'm done being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Everything I said is sarcasm.
He was being sarcastic. I was kind of falling for it. I was like, wait.
For the fellow neurodivergents in the chat, I'm being sarcastic, okay? The notion that you need money
I'm neurodivergent. Ah, shit.
as a primary incentive to do good is contradicted by history, where massive leaps of discovery have occurred throughout time by many people who did not give a single fuck about making money, including but not limited to, obviously, Cuba.
Less. And that's what they did.
I'm Dr. Roque. I'm an internal medicine specialist.
John Grant.
Yeah, someone in the chat said Cuba is so poor because of how much they spend to develop these types of vaccines or these types of medicines, not the 80-year embargo.
My lungs hurt.
Yeah, it's definitely not the 80-year-long embargo that's stopping them from trading with the world. It's not that. It's that the Cuba has too good of a doctor. They spend all their money on doctors.
Pain. I get pretty severe nosebleeds at times.
I get terrible headaches in the middle of the night, but I haven't been evaluated for the sleep apnea for 9 years.
Yeah, I have
Many medications for no problem.
almost every medication for lung problems.
After 9/11, since some things that have happened, my teeth started falling out. Because of certain conditions, I was grinding.
This one test that they recommended I take is about $5,000 to $7,000.
The dentist that I talked to, it's like $15,000 or more.
Now it's 2 years. I have no medical coverage, so I can't go for the last part of the test.
No se preocupe que todo eso va a ser estudiado. It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay, right?
Yes. It's so hard for me to digest somebody saying it's free because 20 years of our lives have been spent fighting. So I am so grateful.
No. You don't need to say that, okay?
Thank you.
That's so sweet.
Okay. Come on, don't cry. Everything's gonna be okay, right?
Thank you.
At least what we can do, right?
Cuba es una pequeña islita del Caribe.
And this is Dr. Aleida Guevara. This is Che Guevara's daughter, guys. She's a fucking pediatrician. That's so cool. I didn't know he had kids, honestly. He had like 4 kids, which is kind of like the amount that my wife wants to have, which is really, I'm like the next Che Guevara. I kind of look like it. But anyways, yeah, this is Che Guevara's daughter. It's pretty cool.
Muy pocos recursos.
So-
Se puede hacer
So she says,
Thank you.
At least what we can do, right?
I'm gonna tell you what she said. She says Cuba is a little island.
Cuba es una pequeña
It's a
islita
little
del
island
Caribe.
in the Caribbean with little
Muy
resource.
pocos recursos. Se puede hacer mucho
We can
por
do
la
a
salud
lot
del ser
for the
humano.
health
Y
of
eso
humanity.
No ocurre en
And this does not have to happen.
Estados Unidos de Norteamérica.
And this does not happen in America.
¿Por qué nosotros podemos y ustedes no?
Why can we, a small island, do it and you cannot?
Ahí sí
There's
tendríamos que darnos cuenta,
There's something wrong there.
porque un país, mientras más produce,
Because
mientras
a country, the more it produces, the richer
puede
it
cuidar
is, the better it can take care of its people.
mejor a su gente.
As a capitalist, seeing all this wasted profit potential makes me so sad. I know. Why is nobody talking about the healthcare CEOs?
Reggie was diagnosed with a series of pulmonary and bronchial problems. The Cuban doctors gave her a treatment plan to follow back home, along with some of those 5-cent inhalers. William Marr received a number of treatments on his neck and his back, and having ground down his teeth for 3 years straight due to post-traumatic stress disorder, he left Cuba with a new set of teeth. After a series of tests on his heart, lungs, blood, and stomach, John now knew what his ailments were. He was given a strict plan to follow, plus a number of treatments, and was feeling better than he had in years. The Cuban doctors were able to take Donna off 5 of her 9 medications, and with the correct diagnosis, gave her a treatment plan to help her live a more normal life.
Honestly, W Cuba.
When the firefighters and paramedics in Havana heard that the 9/11 rescue workers were in town, they invited them over to one of their firehouses.
W Cuba! I feel the love, guys. Thank you. I feel the love. I really do want to start making Spanish content very soon, though. I have a Spanish channel. I haven't made any content on it, though.
And so on our last day there, as we arrived, they stood at attention because, they said, they wanted to honor the heroes of 9/11.
Hey, Cuba!
Que hayan decidido visitar mi estación de bomberos, como le llaman ustedes. Conocí de los sucesos del 11, nos causó una impresión muy, desde el punto de vista humano, viéramos operar con ellos y ayudar en el rescate de las víctimas y de los lesionados.
Damn, they're the Cuban firefighters are like, yo, we wish we could be there to help out at 9/11, help out with the cleanup and helping out, you know.
Que hubo allí en ese momento. Creo que los bomberos a nivel mundial son una gran familia.
Sí, somos familia.
Firefighters around the world are family, he said.
Perdimos en las Torres Gemelas, se sintió en el mundo completo.
Se sintió en el mundo completo. Bien.
The brothers we lost on 9/11 was felt around the world. Mis hermanos.
Mis hermanos.
Dude, the average Miami Cuban watched this and was like, why are we not drone striking this fire department right now?
Yeah, I
combat-
hate Floridian Cubans. They're the fucking most evil, hateful fuckers ever. They're the Trump supporting types.
Setting fires menacingly at the behest of socialism, a dangerous ideology.
Don't hesitate to hug a brother.
It's very important for them to wear the SCBA so they don't end up like me. These tanks.
Yeah, I'm reminded of the time when the mayor of Miami, of course, a Cuban American, wanted to drop bombs on Cuba. That was only a couple years ago.
They were like, we got drone strike Cuba.
None of this feel-good stuff supposedly changes the fact that Michael Moore is wrong for breaking international law and defying U.S. sanctions. I know. What the funniest part about this is that everything that Michael Moore did here, all the way to hugging the firefighters, was completely illegal at the time.
For real.
Okay? Do you understand? Like, many aspects of it are still illegal. Obama normalized certain, some relations with Cuba. And then, of course, Trump reversed that decision.
Yup.
And Joe Biden never actually reversed it back.
If this is what can happen between supposed
I'm staying in the race.
enemies,
Yeah, as far as international law goes, 187 countries voted to lift Cuban sanctions over and over again, year over year. The last election, the last UN vote, only Israel and the United States supported the sanctions and the embargo on Cuba. I believe Ukraine abstained.
Yeah, Ukraine abstained. Like, we
if
don't
one
want nothing
enemy
to do
can
with
hold out
this.
his hand and offer to heal, then what else is possible? That's when I heard that the man who runs the biggest anti-Michael Moore website on the internet was going to have to shut it down. He could no longer afford to keep it up because his wife was ill and they couldn't afford to pay for her health insurance. He was faced with a choice of either keep attacking me or pay for his wife's health. Fortunately, he chose his wife.
Ain't
But
no
something
way.
seemed wrong about being forced into
Ain't
such
no
a
way
decision.
he's not going to get him health care. Ain't no fucking
Why,
way.
in a free country, shouldn't he be able to have health insurance?
Ain't no fucking way. He's about to go.
First Amendment right to run me into the ground. So I wrote a check for the $12,000 he needed to keep his wife insured and in treatment. and
Oh,
sent it
Ukraine
to
was in favor? My bad. Sorry. No disrespect.
That's not true. That's not true.
His wife got better, and his website is still going strong.
Ain't no fucking way.
It was
dude.
hard for me to acknowledge that, in the end, we truly are all in the same boat, and that no matter what our differences, we sink or swim together. That's how it seems to be everywhere else. They take care of each other, no matter what their disagreements. You know, when we see a good idea from another country.
Yeah, no, Ukraine. Man, why did that chatter lie? I was right. 187 nations on November 2nd voted for a UN General Assembly in 2023. U.S. blockade on Cuba. The only states to vote against the resolution were the U.S. and Israel. Ukraine was the only state to abstain.
Fuck the
What about
U.S.
last
and fuck
time?
Israel.
That was
yo.
in November. There was in November 2023. Ukraine abstained. Oh, the one abstention this time was Moldova. What the fuck?
Oh, fuck Moldova. You fucking... What the hell?
Hey, yo. This last... No, Okay, I wasn't wrong. Ukraine abstained in 2023. This time it was Moldova. Hey, where the fuck is Moldova, Mama Liga? You must answer for your crimes. Russian disinformation, you fell for it in real time. Wait, what? Russian disinformation? Bitch, I was right. They did abstain in 2023. Walking Eye Hack says, I texted Michael Moore about being on stream. I'll let you know when I hear back, brother. This is not a joke. Thank you.
We grab it. If they build a better car, we drive it.
Hey.
If they make a better wine, we drink it. So if they've come up with a better way to treat the sick, to teach their kids, to take care of their babies, to simply be good to each other, then what's our problem? Why can't we do that? They live in a world
I don't
of
believe
we,
that.
not me.
I don't believe this. Luigi Mangioni's a villain, 53%, hero, 10%, neither, 22%. Yeah, I don't believe that. Nope. Fake polls. Fake polls. Bullshit.
We'll never fix anything until we get that one basic thing right. And powerful forces hope that we never do. And that we remain the only country in the Western world without free, universal health care. You know,
if I make a hater website about you, would you pay my student debt? Fuck no. There are also a shit ton of people who do that already. I think I'm in a different predicament than Michael Moore, okay? Ain't nobody's doing old-ass fucking websites that 10 people visit anymore, okay? They're very prominent on YouTube.
No, if we ever did remove the chokehold of medical bills, college loans, daycare, and everything else that makes us afraid to step out of line, well, watch out, because it'll be a new day in America. In the meantime, I'm gonna go get the government to do my laundry.
That was
Okay,
good,
that
bro.
was amazing.
That was good.
Fantastic documentary.
Thank you, Hasan Piker. We love you. Moving on.
Oh, the greatest country in the world. All of the countries are at my little girl's Cuba. Number one exporters of sugar. All of the countries have inferior sugar. Cuba, home of famous cigar. It's time with my capitalists all around the world. Cuba, Cuba, you very nice place. From hills of Guantanamo to southern Havana. Cuba, friend of all except America. They're very nosy people with going up their ass. Cuba, industry best in world. We invented coffee and macheting knife. Cuba, Cuba, you very nice place. From hills of Guantanamo to southern Havana. From brass mighty penis of our leader. From junction with the testes, the tip of his face. Cuba, Cuba, you very nice place. From hills of Guantanamo to southern Havana. Mighty penis of a leader. From junction with the testes to tip of his face. Cuba, Cuba, you very nice place. From hills of Guantanamo to southern Havana. From brass mighty penis of a leader. From junction with the testes to tip of his face.